Okay guys, in this tutorial we're gonna play more with arrays. We know for each loop from last tutorial, so it's not needed at the moment, and we will use these two arrays we have. Right, can we get any of these elements by position, exactly like when you're working with normal string from couple of first tutorials in this playlist? Well, yes, it's extremely easy. Console.writeLine, and on the left side you can have, if you like that, some kind of custom report, very short stuff, also etion or index or whatever you like, or element, but on which index? Well, 0, let's say we are targeting something that is on 0, which is Perl, and then we are concatenating that with actual extraction by position. What are we targeting here anyway? Well, P languages and this type of brackets, and we're gonna hit 0. Right, this is end of real instruction, so semicolon is a must at the end. F5, and there you go, 0 Perl. That's cool. Also, I don't like these additional lines, so I'm gonna type read line down there. Console.read line down there without any kind of parameters at the moment, because they're not needed when you're grabbing stuff from keyboard, well, at least in this case. And also, yeah, we can grab, for example, C, which is on position 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, this is hard coding pretty much, but I'm absolutely sure that you know how to do these things by now. I'm cool with that. Okay, F5, and we will get Perl and C. There you go, guys. Question: can we change any of these elements? Well, sure, we can target P languages, for example, P languages, and what are we hitting? Let's say Perl. So Perl is at position 0 and new value. Let's switch Perl to something extremely nice, Prolog. And Prolog is an I, so we must use uppercase P. Right. Can we change some other thing at the end of it? Well, Python, or maybe Python, yeah. Let's hit Python. I'm gonna copy paste to save a little bit of time. Python is at position 1, and let's switch it to something even more nicer, Lisp. Lisp is great. Right, if we press F5, here nothing happens pretty much with results, because we are not printing with for or for each loop anything here. So yeah, we must now to create a for each loop. For each, and in brackets we're gonna operate with strings, because these things as elements are really strings, bunch of characters tied together. So let's use E here. And then what are we targeting? In P languages, so that's our array of interest, and then we are just going to print them all. Console.writeLine, which is extremely boring for me, but what you gonna do? And we are grabbing that E that represents any of these when E runs into it through for each loop. Okay, let's see what's up. Prolog and oops. Yeah, semicolon, respected rules. Right, where we are. Prolog and Lisp are now substituted, so these two lines, these two instructions work. There is no more Perl and Python because of these two lines. You get that? Okay, question. How we are going to get a length of these arrays if we don't know them, if there is just hundreds of or thousands of elements? Well, here we can say, for example, and I'm gonna comment a little bit to explain stuff, length of array, and now real stuff. So console writeLine, and now we will have custom report on the left side, which will be exactly same stuff as here. Length of array, yeah, lowercase l, that's right. Anyway, let's connect that with real stuff. What are we targeting? Well, P languages every time when we want to use specific method on it. And yeah, length, That's it, but length without dedicated parentheses, not needed in this case. And this is instruction, so semicolon, F5, and there will be 5 of them, I think. Right. No, 6. Right, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I was mentioning 5 because I'm starting from 0. What you gonna do? So right, what else we can do here? Can we use for loop? I mean, here we are using for each. What about for loop? Well, let's see what we can do. A little bit of explanation what this thing is, because source code is a little bit long. So for loop for array. Okay, we're going to start with 4 in parentheses. We're gonna have starting point, which must be integer. Let's use I don't know, x here. Who cares? It's totally up to you. Then we must have upper boundary or limit that will also be x, but this time smaller than 6. So how we are going to get that stuff dynamically without thinking? Well, using this. How awesome is that? Okay, this is our target and this is a method. Right. What about jumps? Well, we must not skip any of those elements, so x plus plus, which means now x is previous x plus 1. And classical operation of printing right now. I'm gonna actually copy this right here, substitute e with x, and also on the left side we can have custom report like index of, and we will concatenate that with index, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is actually index, okay, just a number, not value yet. Okay, we're gonna handle values. So we're gonna concatenate that with custom report for value, and a little bit of space here and space here, and then now real value. How we are going to get it? Well, we are targeting that specific array, p languages, but here we must put x, because this x, when for loop is rolling, will represent any of these individually. Okay, hopefully that's cool. F5, and I think that we will have a result. There you go, guys. Why do we see prolog? Because of these 2 lines here, and they are accurate right now, operational, because they are last in instructions when we were messing around with real data. Okay, this is starting point, this is these are last changes, and because of that we have Prolog and Lisp as the first languages. Okay, question: can we sort like by alphabetic order, ascending order, I think, for example, these elements, or even numbers? Well, yes, we can target specific array, but first we must say array. Okay, array is a class. If you move over it, you're gonna see explanation, class system array, and from it we're gonna use sort method, and now we need to pass something to that sort method, which is a target. So what is a target? Numbers, let's say. Numbers. Is that enough? Well, no, it's not enough to sort them. You actually need to use them. So we're gonna steal stuff from, I don't know, here for each loop, and we will change corresponding things. So we will not target p languages, we are targeting numbers, so let's substitute that, and we will have them sorted by how small they are. What I'm missing here? For each console write line e. What is the error? Just a second. Let me see. Cannot convert type integer to string. Oh, right. So data types. And now the thing will work. There you go. They are sorted. Right. Well, here's a question. If we are working with a bunch of numbers, can we automatically, without calculation, without algorithm, use something from C#, from framework, which will give us maximum number, minimum number, and sum of all of these? Well, yeah, but we must here use a system link namespace, and let me show that to you. So system link namespace will provide you a bunch of options, and this is Microsoft documentation. So it provides classes and interfaces that support queries. And if you have 10 hours at your disposal, maybe even more, you can spend that time reading massive documentation and massive a number of examples here. But I definitely don't have 10 hours at disposal at the moment. So I'm gonna leave you this documentation to torture yourself. It's up to you. Right, anyway, we must use system link up here using, don't forget space, system, but this time you're gonna type link, q, link, whatever, and don't forget semicolon. Oops. Semicolon, because if you forget that, the whole application will be unusable. Visual Studio will inform you about that. Right, so here I'm gonna have a little bit of explanation, like system link namespace stuff. Yeah, right. So let's do that. Console.writeLine, and we are targeting numbers, and we will have maximum, minimum, and sum of it. So on the left side I'm gonna have like sum, and we will concatenate that with numbers. This is our target, we do have that, and then we will use here a dot sum. See, you have it in drop down as option, and this is a method, so we must use parentheses. So same stuff here for maximum dot max, and same stuff for minimum, and then we will check manually results dot min. Right, F5, and where is that thing? Right, so 23770 is combination of all these elements apparently. So where is my, oh, there you go. Let's check that with calculator. Okay, so 1 plus 34 plus 25 plus 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, I mean 2 plus 56 plus blah plus 100 is 23770. There you go, guys. Well, C# is accurate. Okay, that works, and obviously minimum is 1 and maximum is 23442. There you go, guys. That's pretty much it in this tutorial. Source code will be available on a website as soon as possible. And don't forget, when you're using these options from system link namespace, just include that here after the system namespace generally. So guys, that is pretty much it. Sorry about a little bit longer tutorial, but I'm definitely sure that you know how to get stuff by index, how to change things, how to use for each loop, how to use for loop, how to get length of that array that you must have in a for loop, how to sort, and how to use system link operations. Thanks for watching, and see you next one. Ciao.